Fire 716, your boy Big Frank. You're locked into Big Frank Podcast. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever this may find you in the world, in the universe. Call your auntie, call your niece, your nephew, call your people and tell them to tap in. You don't want to miss today's broadcast because when I tell you, if you are not a homeowner and you're looking to buy a home, they need to know. Matter of fact, let me talk to somebody real quick. You got a cousin right now who's paying $3,000 in rent and they can be having their own home right now, but they don't know where to start. You need to share this broadcast right now. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. All right. Listen, y'all, I'm excited for the conversation today. We have the Red Door Real Estate of Western New York in the building. What it is, how are you all? Greetings.
Woo! Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. So we have with us today, let me do this proper. We have Renee.
My name is Renee.
Renee. Because in the back of my head, I had said Regina, but I said Renee.
You can call me Regina.
Regina. So Renee, who are the owner?
I'm the owner of Red Door Real Estate. Yep.
So before we can do that, that's amazing all by itself. To have the owner in the room is really a blessing and an asset. And then we have Tahisha as well. Greetings. How are you? Good morning. And we have, I'm in trouble, Tay. Tay. Come on, Tay. Tay. They're in the room. So I'm excited this morning to tap into what's really going on this morning. And let's start from the top down, if you don't mind. What made you open up the Red Door? And why did you call it the Red Door?
Such a great question. I opened up Red Door Real Estate 11 years ago when I was working as a real estate agent for many years. And I had decided that I wanted to do my own thing. I always remember, Frank, I started off selling foreclosures and low-end investment property. When I would come into the big real estate office, there was always a sales leader sign as soon as you got there that had, Mr. Big Agent, Mrs. Big Agent. And then I was down at the bottom and I didn't like the way I felt when I saw that. And I wanted to create a place where everybody felt comfortable working, where we weren't being ranked every second of every day.
Sure.
So I wanted to create that environment, first thing. And second thing is, why is it Red Door? So I saw a lot of real estate signs and I was under the gun, if you will, to select a name very quickly.
Yes.
And I always remember growing up, like the traditional American dream house was like just a colonial home with a white picket fence. And it had that red door that kind of popped. And I thought, wow, that red door always looked good to me. And it always stuck in my brain as just a classical American dream.
Sure.
And that's the Red Door real estate story.
Look, come on, that's awesome. Right. What's crazy is that my wife, she loves the Red Door. Babe, when we get our house, we're going to get a Red Door. Whatever you say, love. But I think that's an amazing name. And how do you ladies feel being a part of the team of Red Door and this journey, which you guys started? How long? And also let us know how long you've been doing real estate yourself.
Well, for me, I love it. I love the diversity that's Red Door offers. So many people from so many backgrounds, and I've been doing real estate now for over a year now. I've been only with Red Door for a couple of months, but they have been good to me. Renee, she just took me right up under her wing.
Awesome.
It's been great.
Sweet. And yourself, Tay? I'm gonna say like that. Tay, yes.
So I've been in real estate for closer to 2 years, not there yet. And I actually really love Red Door. It's more like a family situation. Like everyone's there to help one another. It's not like, I'm not going to give you my tips because you might take my business. Like it's more than enough for everybody. And I believe that everybody has like that abundant mindset. So I like it there. I like it.
I think so too.
Well, I think that is that's awesome. Now, what people may not know is I've done real estate actually. Quick story. Prior to me getting married, I was with I did real estate, passed the testing, went through the process. I went to the Cusack Center or something like that.
Best school you can go. That's where I went.
So he prepped me. So I don't know if we did it or not, but I made up a line dance called the it was something shuffle. I can't recall it. But what happened was I was line dancing at the time, so it was like how to break down. It was something crazy, but it was a shuffle, and I taught the whole class how to do that. But I did that for real estate. I passed the exam. I sold 2 houses, and then that paid for my wedding rings and the wedding and stuff. So that was a blessing for that. And then unfortunately, I let it die. Should have kept it, renewed it, but
It's never too late, Frank.
It's never too late. That's what I'm hearing in the echoes. That's what I'm hearing. It's never too late. It's never too late. How important is really having a home? In your guys' opinion, in your field, how important is it to know? Like, listen, it's time for you to buy a home. It's time to have it. What are the benefits?
So many benefits. I feel that is one being it's freedom, is generational wealth.
Yes.
That's where it begins at. If you ask me, that's where I'm gonna start off there.
I think Taya has a really good, quick story, and I'll start it for her. She was about to sign a lease
Oh my goodness.
on an apartment.
Mm.
And when I heard about it, I was pissed. She
Talk
was
about
working as an admin in our Buffalo office. And I said, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Stop it. You need to buy a house. So she was going to, was it like $1,600?
I said 15.
$1,500 a month lease.
Mm.
She got pre-approved for a mortgage. She bought a beautiful double in the beautiful city of Niagara Falls.
Come on.
Mhm.
And she has a tenant upstairs. And how much is your mortgage?
Like 930.
$930. She owns her own home and her tenant pays her rent. So talk about financial freedom, as Tahisha had mentioned.
Yes.
It will change the trajectory of your life. You will teach
Mhm.
financial responsibility to your community, to your family.
Wow.
The rents aren't going down.
no,
No.
and I think that's important to know, because I don't know what people expect to happen, but they're not going down. And I think that we are spending a lot of money paying somebody else's mortgage, somebody
Mhm.
else's, and we still got the water bill, the light bill, the gas bill, and we got this rent that is really sky high, and the quality of what's being offered, unfortunately, in this area for sure, isn't there.
Mhm.
So what you're asking me for versus there's no updates. It looks the same as it did in 1978. Don't judge me, with white walls and a little bit new floor panel. But it's like the quality of it, and then there's no return for you, because when that lease is over or is done with, we're done.
Mhm.
Hey, we might renew, we might not, and that's a dangerous place to be in. But I think that this process, or the need to buy a home, is important. But I also think that people are trying to buy a home on their own merit, and they don't know what they're doing. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, I'm just that frank.
No.
But they don't. They're. As you said earlier, I think I heard it before we got live. We're on Zillow, just Zillowing and
Just
Zillowing and Zillowing. But take us through, if you are, that home buying process, and what's required first. Hey, I want to buy a home. I've been talking about it for 16 years, but I really want to go after it now. What needs to happen first?
So,
No, go ahead.
So the first step, you will have to get pre-approved.
Mhm.
And I just want to mention how important this is, because like we mentioned before, going on Zillow, looking at all the houses, and you're looking at the houses that's like 300,000 plus, and you're falling in love with it. And then you get pre-approved for less than that. Then you're like, you're probably like, this is not really what I was looking for. So I would say stay off of Zillow until you get your pre-approval, and then look in that price range. That's like number one, so important.
Right.
And I think something that we're missing out on here is there are 4 lenders in Western New York that are working with a grant program right now
Oh, wow.
that the governor created. It's a $30,000 grant, which is the largest I've ever seen in 18 years of
Oh,
real
wow.
estate. It
Yeah.
covers your down payments, your closing costs. So we have the list of those 4 lenders. If anybody's interested in getting pre-approved, I would try with one of those 4. Why would you not go after a $30,000, which might help you get into a home? Some people
Mhm.
qualify with credit,
Yes.
but they don't have a lot of money saved. That's one of the biggest things we
Mhm.
hear is, I
Right.
don't have money saved. Well, with this grant, you don't have to have money saved.
Hold your horses. Hold up. Hey, I'm gonna get some sound effects. Because for those of us who have loved ones and family, when I tell you that information is valuable,
There.
because you may have the credit, but you don't have the finances. They're letting you know that there's a grant available to help you in this process, and you would be unwise not to take advantage of that. And Red Door has the access to those lenders, and that's important, because, like I said, capital is real. We get it.
Mhm.
The economy's doing what it's doing, stuff's going up, but except our pay rates. But
much.
they're allowing a resource for us all to tap into to help you in this process. So again, if you haven't, please tap in, share, let your family know. Listen, hey, I don't know what you're doing right now. Tap into Firestar 16 on Facebook or on YouTube. Listen to this broadcast, because The Red Door Real Estate is giving some good information. I just want to emphasize what you just released to us in that moment because it's important. Because like I said, we need to know.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
$30,000.
30,000.
30,000.
Anywhere in New York State.
Yes.
So I'm here to support the ladies. They're
Yes.
doing a seminar this Saturday where
Yes.
they are going to go over all the steps in the process from 11 to 1 at our Red Door Real Estate office in Niagara Falls.
Yes.
931 Michigan. The girls will be presenting. There are going to be service providers from all parts of the transaction
Yes.
to answer any questions. And they're going to go over these steps, which we can go over now if you'd like.
Yeah, absolutely. Get
Okay.
into it.
So we talked about the steps in the home buying process. Taya covered the first one was pre-approval.
And it's important that you guys understand that take some notes on it. Like Frank, we in school today? Yes, you are. So we got the pre-approval process, and then after we get pre-approved, what's the following step after that?
Step 2.
2 will be selecting your agent.
So this is actually very important.
Very
because
important.
You're going to be talking to this person probably for the next 3 months.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Renee
Yeah.
likes to say you're pretty much married to me. so
Mhm.
that's
If
very
you don't
important.
like that agent, keep moving. You have to have a good feeling in your stomach that you're
Mhm.
working with the right person. I know Tahisha, part of the reason she got in real estate is when she bought her first home, she said it was awful. The experience she had with the agent was
Not a
awful.
good
So
one.
you need a knowledgeable agent, a local
Agent.
expert,
Yes.
local. And these girls here are wonderful, and they will continue with the step 3.
Before we get to step 3, though, I would love to just tap into Tahisha's story because what was that experience like for you? Give a little bit more detail on
Right.
your first time trying to buy a home and that process. What were some of your pains or frustrations that you dealt with?
So my first time buying a home, it was actually my investment home. So, and that was in 2019 before COVID, which was everything was a little bit more affordable. But I didn't know anything.
Yeah,
All the information that I had found, I went to Zillow or
gotcha.
I Googled, but it wasn't seeming like I was getting anything from my agent. The things that I need to know, these grants, this first time home buyers grants that you get when you a first time home buyer.
Mhm.
I didn't know that. If I needed a lawyer, I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
So it was just really frustrating, and I just didn't know what to do or who to talk to besides the realtor.
Yeah. And I think that the reason why I asked you for that piece of the story is because there are people who are currently in that same moment right now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. I am on Zillow. I am getting frustrated. The person that I'm talking to for help ain't really tapping into me. Like they're not really. I don't
Right.
like them, but I don't know where else to go.
That's
And I think that the fact that you guys mentioned that it's important to know your realtor as a part of the process and be comfortable with them is important as well.
Yeah.
And we
very
can get
important.
into you're right.
Especially considering like you're a first time homebuyer, you don't know anything about the process. And so because you don't know anything, you don't know the right questions to ask to
Yes.
get those answers. So
for sure.
to get somebody that's actually knowledgeable and willing to just give you overflow of information, that's probably the best bet.
I would say this: if you're interested in buying a home and you're just doing a contact me off Zillow or
Mhm.
realtor.com, if the agent that you get does not ask to have a sit down meeting with you in their office, a coffee shop, in your home, somewhere
Mhm.
convenient to
Mhm.
go over the steps in the process, that's a problem.
Absolutely.
Hitting the streets and looking at houses with no knowledge is not going to end well. So
No.
you need somebody
Yeah.
that's going to make you come into the office, give you something as simple as these are the steps in the process. This is where you are. This
Yes.
is where you want to be. And this is how we're going to get there.
Absolutely.
If they're not willing to commit that time to you,
Mhm.
keep moving.
Keep
This is the
moving.
biggest investment of your life. You need to understand step by step where you are, and you need to know what questions to ask.
Absolutely.
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 Yeah.
Now we can get into the third step we're in for home buying.
Yeah, to determine your criteria and to start looking at houses. So you really want to go by determine what your wants and needs are. So you probably want a pool in the backyard, but that's definitely not mandatory. But if you have a larger family, you probably need two bathrooms.
Mhm.
So you need to go through that process, figure out what you really want, and then you can start looking at houses
Oh, for
within
sure,
your price
for sure.
range.
For sure. That makes sense because I got some needs and I got some wants.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
valid. So absolutely. And we go to the next phase in the home buying process as well. We ain't got to go through all of them. I know that
No.
they can tell y'all can come to the workshop on Saturday. Okay.
And for the rest,
For the
we'll
rest.
see you Saturday.
For sure, because I think you got to be serious about
Yeah.
this process, and I think to to give them all the information right now is like, no, show up to the class and course and put that time in, because it is a responsibility of investment that's required of time. Because
Right.
I tell people this all the time. I said, what you don't spend in time is spending money.
Mhm.
But what you guys are offering, hey, give us some of your time. We have
Yeah.
access to things that help you with your money. We understand we have this grant available. We have the home buying process. We have connections that aid you in this advancement that you want to do in home buying, the home buying process. But you got to be willing to invest that time and that energy. So before we just to pause for a moment, let's just give some information about the Saturday event that's going down. Give us the date, the time, and location again.
Our home buyers seminar will be on Saturday, 11 to 1 at Red Door Real Estate.
At 931 Michigan Avenue in Niagara Falls.
Yes.
There will be food, drinks, and a lot of good
A
information.
lot
So
of good information. We got a special guest, actually, Arthur Traeger, that will be joining us, a HUD specialist. He will be teaching us how to transfer our HUD over from using it to buy a house.
Like
Or,
your
you know,
Section 8.
Section 8.
Yeah.
Now, again, I know I get excited when they dropping these nuggets. All right. Okay, I'm gonna just. Can I be myself? Can't be nobody else. Excuse me. Can't be nobody else. So, one of my challenges has been for a very long time. I get the economy, I get life, I get things happen, and I used to get a little jealous because I was like, "How they paying only this amount of money for rent?" And I'm out here hurting myself. But what it is that hey, they needed help at some point. So we got Section 8 as a help to us just to be able to survive and live. And right now, what you're telling us right now is that those who have Section 8, there's a way and a method really to get you your own home.
Mhm.
So this sounds crazy, and I don't know how that process goes in detail. But instead of trying to get a inspection every year, quarterly, trying to figure out if the landlord's going to do what needs to be done, but there's a process where you can become a homeowner, and then you can gain the benefits of home ownership. And I get kind of emotional here only because I want the people to have the aspirations that listen, you can go further, and there's help out here to get you there.
So many.
Because what we've done is, I'm just being honest now, we've excommunicated ourselves. We said, oh, we
Pretty
don't,
much.
we can't get a house.
Yeah, we don't need this.
We can't do this. So we're on Section 8. So I haven't even made a step because I've already decided that I don't qualify. But the truth of the matter is that there's now programs and there's access out there to let us know you do qualify.
Yeah.
There's ways we can get this done. And also, one thing you said earlier was we're gonna look at where you at
Right.
and where you got to get to, and we're gonna help you. All right, if your credit's not up to par, let's get it there.
Mhm.
Let's build it. Then let's get pre-approved, because that's important. It's just important as well. And I think that personal touch is sometimes what is missing for the community that's been left out.
Exactly.
This is not a color thing, just to have and have nots.
Right.
This is people who just like, oh, I can't buy a house. I can't afford it. And the truth of the matter is, you can. You can. And I think
People
that
say that
all the time. Talk about it.
Really?
These are the factors that you need to know. Like you can do this.
Yes, you
This
can.
is America, and everybody has the right to own their own home.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And most people don't know this, but most rental assistance organizations have a component called a home buyers club usually.
Oh wow.
So, for instance, Section 8 has a home buyers club that you have to enroll in.
Mhm.
It takes about a year to get through the courses you have to take.
Mhm.
You commit to a certain amount of savings, like a $200 a month, and then a bank matches that back.
Oh,
There's
wow.
a lot of local lenders that participate in this.
Wow.
And then for the first 15 years of your 30-year mortgage,
Mhm.
whatever your rental assistance rent amount is goes towards your mortgage
Wow.
for the first 15 years. So
Wow.
everybody can own a home.
Yes.
Sometimes it's more work for others than some other folks.
Understood.
But we are definitely here to help everybody get to home ownership because
Exactly.
everybody deserves it.
Come on.
Yes.
Because everybody deserves. We had a few comments quickly. I want to just address quickly. Nas said the best real estate brokerage in Niagara Falls, Red Door Real Estate, Western New York. Nazarene, yes, is my friend of mine. Wendy said Tanisha Jackson is amazing, and Rihanna, forgive me, I said that wrong. Said that knowledge is power. These ladies will explain the process and help you find the perfect home for you. You better talk to your people, okay?
All
Okay,
right.
because they're talking. And I think that to be able to have people backing you from the community and just in your circle, or just, hey, the Red Door is where it's at.
Yeah.
It is.
Frank, every year HUD releases what they call the fair market rents,
Mhm.
FMRs.
Mhm.
And the fair market rent for 2024 for a 4-bedroom house or apartment is $1,600 a month. And that is what investors will see. And that's how much they're going to start to charge, whether you're a cash payer or receive
Yes.
any type of subsidy or assistance.
Wow.
Rent's
So
fun.
think about 2024. If you're in a 4-bedroom, they're going to see that HUD published rate, and
Mhm.
your rent might go up to $1,600 a month.
Right. Wow.
How are you going to afford that? So now is the time to get educated
Yes.
and get right into this process. It might take you 6 months, it might take you a year, but you're not going to get there unless you get started. And for some
Absolutely.
folks, it's scary.
Yeah.
They say, well, my credit's low. That's
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah.
It can go up. You
It
just
can go up.
you just need your hand held.
Yes.
Right.
You need somebody to hold your
Listen-
hand.
No, listen, because y'all probably like, oh, Big Frank, you got it. No, I don't. Okay, I need my hand held. Okay,
Yeah.
hold my hand. Okay, grab my hand, walk me through.
Some
okay?
people need to be carried.
No, for sure. And I say this,
Get there.
no, Bella, and I say this, with humor, but the truth of the matter is that some of us, again, have just said my credit is so shot,
Right.
shotgun, shoot until you run now. Like, I just can't. No, you can't.
You really.
And I
can.
want to use the podcast at the moment to let those who are listening and those who are tapped in, you can do this. Even as I encourage myself, I hope my wife listening, baby, we can do this. We can take this journey into home buying. We can take this journey into fixing our credit. We can take this journey into making sure that we are better off as we plan our future. And I think that's one thing we have to understand, that it's a planning process.
It
Yeah.
is.
And I think that sometimes we just, I just talk about it. And I know it's like, Frank, what you talking about? Survival mode. We're just so,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to survive today. I can't even think about the future, but you have to include it.
You really do.
You have to include it, and you have to make steps. You have to include your future in your today, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Take the course that's happening on the Saturday, tap into that, find out what you need to do, find out what needs to happen. And also find you a brokerage, Red Door, okay, that's willing to really help you and talk to you real, not give you no false hopes.
Yeah.
This is what it is. This is what it takes. This is what needs to be done. And here are the resources available to get it done. And you have to be willing to put the time in. One thing I talk about all the time is there are people who we always, be accountable on the bigger scale.
Mhm.
Well, the truth of the matter is, as much as Red Door has a responsibility, the client has a responsibility as well.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that I want people to know you have to put that time in this investment for your life. And I think that Red Door is a great opportunity, a great brokerage to start with. The fact that how long ago you guys been in the business, but the passion that you have, it shows in your conversation. Like I told you, I've been in real estate, so I've been in certain surroundings, certain situations. And unfortunately, some names, maybe bigger names, larger names, but they miss that personable,
Mhm.
relatable.
Right.
I know my demographic, who we're talking to, and that's important as well. So I really want to take a pause in appreciation for Red Door. So I'm gonna just clap it up for a minute, just for being willing to reside here. It was crazy as I just started watching your signs pop up. I said, who is this Red Door? I said, who are these people? I said, oh, there's another one. I said, oh, there's another one. I said, oh, there's a long sign. I said, who are these people? But I'm glad to be able to also meet you as well. To talk. Anything else you guys want to make sure we want to get into? We say a quick announcement break, if you will. And I want to remind you all this. I'm not sure about your health, what you got going on mentally, but that is important as well. Your mental health is important. Your physical health is important, because as we even talk about real estate and these elements, if you're not alive to see it, oh, what a shame. So I want you guys to make sure that you're getting your health together and your mental health. There is a class going forth by Rosemary in the city of Buffalo. I have more information for you at the end of the broadcast, but she's doing a course about mental health, and she's doing a course about the importance of taking care of yourself. And that is something that we need to make sure that we're doing across the board, okay? And that came from Rosemary from Toronto, but I'll get more information later on. Back to the Red Door. Y'all see I just that segue? Y'all see that segue? But also, And what's your plan for the city of Niagara Falls? What is your overall objective being here in the city? And you think obviously Frank said houses, but what's your goal for Niagara Falls as a whole?
So we have our Buffalo office, and when we expanded into Niagara Falls last year, we were just celebrating our year anniversary of having an actual physical structure in the city of Niagara Falls. We are so happy to be here, but we have two initiatives, and one is to increase the rate of home ownership through education, things like this, and creating responsible investors, because we know that so many investors have come here, purchased homes with speculation that there's going to be a huge appreciation in value. A lot of absentee landlords here have destroyed the city. So at Red Door, if you are interested in investing, just as if you were a first-time buyer, you must come here. You must make the trip here. You must sit with us, get educated, and get a team in place so that you can be a responsible investor. And those are our two initiatives at Red Door.
No, I think that's awesome. I think that there's an importance of being present, because I'm gonna just talk about the city a little bit, but I appreciate them because I live here. Is that you focus on the tourist area, and I get it, but there's so many more components to Niagara Falls as well. And I think that having investors come in to see really what we offer, not just downtown, but like, listen, there's some things happening that that can be very progressive with the right investment, with the right ownership, and the right team. Because I'll talk about Buffalo for a hot second, because there was a time where Buffalo had a lot of landlords who were just slumlords because they lived in New Jersey or in Florida or somewhere, but just had these properties and not taking care of them. And there was a councilman at the time really causing a little havoc. Like, he was calling them out, bringing that things. But I think that for Niagara Falls, though, we have some property that needs some maintenance and some work and some investment for sure. But I think that having somebody in the city with a mission, not just to sell homes and just have them out there to whoever, but to be wise in investment. Like, listen, we want investors who has come here to know what's really happening here and to make it make sense. Whether however you're going to operate the business or the home or the space that you occupy, that knowing what you're investing in is important. Because I think we have made so many bad habits. We have made so many bad investments as a city because we didn't vet the people. That sounds kind of crazy. We didn't vet the people coming in.
Yeah, we're just excited they were coming.
Yeah,
That's pretty much
And now we can pick and choose.
Yeah.
And I think that the truth is, this city looks better today than it did yesterday and the day before and the year before. So we can all have criticisms of the administration, but we're moving forward right now. And I think instead of beating people up politically, let's all just work together. You know, we are assembling teams of do-gooders. I'm meeting more and more people every day that want to help Niagara Falls, and we just need to work together.
Valid. And that's the part I go back to when I talk about being accountable, because as much as the bodies of government who have a responsibility, we have a responsibility that the collectiveness, the teamwork, and the effort to make something, to create something, and to make it long lasting is a requirement for everybody, like you said, just to work together, and to know that, and to know, because you're here in the room and you're talking about it now, that Red Door is committed to that is such a blessing and an asset. That because I'm just being honest, as people, we gotta feel comfortable with who talking to us, and if we don't, we get the push away.
This is definitely is definitely a city that it's very hard to earn trust in.
Yes.
And I understand that, and I understand why. So when we first opened up and we did some neighborhood outreach, everybody's like, well, who are you? What do you want? And I mean, the bottom line is, I'm not here to be a trillionaire. That's not what's going to happen with me investing in the city of Niagara Falls and helping turn people on rental assistance into homeowners. It's a passion that we want to help, and we want to see change here. You know, a quick story. Every time I go into an investment property, I educate that tenant on how to become a homeowner. Wow. Okay. Recently, I was hired to sell a property, and I met with the tenants, got them pre-approved. Then they didn't have the money to close, so we put everything on pause. And now here's the grant. Guess what? We just went under contract.
Wow.
And I stayed with them, and I kept pushing them, and that's what we will continue to do.
Absolutely.
We will help people. We will hold your hand, and we will push you as hard as we need to push you, because you deserve to be a homeowner, and that's why we're here.
Absolutely. Listen, again, I tell you guys, when I tell you that the Red Door, Regina, Tahisha and Taja. I feel that again.
Taya.
Taya. Say it for me. Taya. I don't like I don't have a cousin named like I don't have a cousin named Taya. Like why am I pretending like it's not real? Okay. But truly, I want those who are tapping into this and that will watch this later on to understand that the time is right now to make that step into home ownership. And I would once again, I'm gonna tap into them because I got things to do myself. The Red Door, tap into them, Tahisha, and Taya. There it is.
There you go.
Want to work it out, Taya. And I think that they're representing the Red Door, but they're in the community, they're active, and they have a course coming up this Saturday. Give us some information about that one more time. It's ready as if right again. Yes. Yes. No.
This Saturday, 11 to 1 at 931 Michigan Avenue in Niagara Falls, of course.
Red Door.
Yes, Red Door Real Estate. We're going to just educate you on the process, bring people from each part of the transaction to purchase a home to speak and give a little bit more information. So I definitely think everyone should
and our
come.
Special guest, that's going to be speaking on Section 8 and how to switch over from Section 8 to their home.
Come on. Listen, y'all, you heard it here. All right, on Big Frank Podcast. Listen to me and listen to me well. Again, call your neighbor, call your auntie and them. What you got going on Saturday? Nothing?
Yeah.
No, listen, you ain't doing nothing. Listen, I'm gonna talk to you. You ain't doing nothing Saturday. Listen, take the time. What time do the event start?
11.
Get up at 9. Get your little sandwich or something. Get your clothes on. Get your people together, and you want to get to this course and really learn about the home buying process. Learn about the benefits of home buying. Also, tap into the fact that anybody that's been on Section 8. How that can transfer over into home buying. You want to get there. They have the grant I just found out about on the show right here, right now. You don't want to miss this. They got food. You ain't got to be hungry.
No.
They got food for you as well, but you want to come because you have to know.
You do.
You have to know. I can't even make it. I hate to be aggressive like that a little bit, but it's time.
Right.
You're literally paying so much rent right now.
Yes.
Right now you're paying rent. Go ahead. You got something you want to say?
Yeah, I was just saying a lot of rent.
Lot of rent.
And I want you to know that these grants that we're speaking of, they can be doubled up on top of this HUD and other grants, and the ones that the Niagara Falls offer you. Because Niagara Falls also offer you a first-time home buyers grant.
Oh, wow.
So it's grants and other assistance out here. Come out, learn about these things. This is what I got into real estate for.
Yeah.
I'm really passionate about it, and I want to teach and show people how to become homeowners.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I do also want to mention, so let's say you purchased a property back in the day, but then, I don't know, you sold it or something. So every 3 years that you don't purchase a property, you're considered a first-time home buyer. So you can qualify for these first-time home buyer grants. They're out there, and you really don't need a lot of credit. A lot of people think you need a 700
I almost say, girl, shut up and hold my hand.
Yeah.
But
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is
minimum credit score 620
Yeah.
on some programs. This $30,000 grant minimum credit score is 640.
wow.
So knowledge is power. And I did want to mention that this Friday we are going to be doing with Nas.
Yes.
Doing the turkey giveaway
Yes.
this Friday. I don't know if you're going to be there. I saw you there last year.
Yeah, I was there last year. I might have to pop up on them.
Okay, it would be good to see you there. But there's a turkey giveaway that we help sponsor. It's 500 turkeys this Friday at the Planovo Primary School on Niagara Street.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah. Oh, right down the
Because
street.
we give back.
Yes.
Red Door, we live here. I am a homeowner in the city of Niagara Falls.
So am I.
She is a homeowner in the
Come
city of
on.
Niagara Falls. Tahisha is a homeowner in the city of Niagara Falls. We live here. We work here. We want to help you.
Yes. Yes.
And we give back to the community.
The
Brr,
valid.
brr, brr, brr.
No. Listen, no. And people like that part is so important because, like I said, that's going to build your trust level. We see you present. You're here to help because I'm not going to dog anybody's company because everybody has a role that they play.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to say is when you're present in the community and we can see your face and you're just there, and that's just on the level of trusting. Oh, I seen her there. Oh, and she wasn't forcing me to buy a home. She was there laughing, having a good time. It was giving out turkeys. It was just.
I'm pretty sure we do the electric slide at the
Yeah,
turkey giveaway,
absolutely,
if I remember
absolutely.
correctly.
So absolutely, and it's happening to be right down the street. So it's literally 4 blocks away.
Come out and meet us on Friday. We'll be there giving back to the community.
Valid.
500 turkey dinners.
Yes,
Come and meet us, see what we're all about, and then pop in on Saturday to get educated.
yes.
These are our first-time homebuyer specialists. You
Yeah.
have any questions? No question is a dumb question.
Yes, yes.
I hate when people say that. So come out, meet the ladies, get educated, and get on the path. Bring your family, bring your friends, bring your coworkers, tell the church, tell everybody.
Everybody. I'm definitely going to promote it. Continue on the page. Let people know. Tap in. Anything you guys want to release before we get ready to get out of here? Anything else you want to say? Talk to us.
That's it. And we'll tell you all. You ain't got to come to the, the
Yeah,
seminar. We need you to come to
for
the seminar,
sure,
so
for
we ain't
sure.
going to tell you all of it.
Valid. So make sure y'all guys come to the seminar again. That is Saturday, 11 o'clock. The address again for us?
931 Michigan Avenue.
931 Michigan Avenue, Niagara Falls, New York. Pull up, get there. I heard you. I ain't got no ride. The 52 gonna take you right where you got to go. Get there. You don't want to miss what's being presented in this moment right now. Why you say it so aggressively, Frank? Because I will be there. Okay. Why? Because it's time now. And for let me just talk to the men for 30 seconds, if I may. We're fathers. All right. We're fathers, and we're trying to, and many of us are fighting to just try to make it so that our family can stay afloat, that our kids can do well. This is a part of that fight. Because while you fighting to pay this rent, that's $1,500, $1,200 every month. You can take an investment, take this class, you can learn and position yourself to be postured to buy a home where you're now not spending as much, and also take advantage of the grants that's available for you. Because while you, I'm gonna use the word hustling, but not in the term of illegal behavior, but you got a job in the morning, a job in the evening, you're doing a lot of this work. And I said to the men, but even to the mothers right now, listen, I know you're exhausting yourself just trying to keep things afloat where you are, but I want to encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity of the first-time homebuyers program, the grants that's available to you all, and you have no idea. You might be able to buy a home that your mind couldn't even fathom. You might be positioned with proper credit and them guiding you through that process that you can get something that's beyond what you ever had before. But to do that, you have to start somewhere, and you don't want to delay. Spectacular Smith had us him. He has a statement. He says, "Success loves speed," meaning the faster that you're going to ready to respond to this moment, the more successful you're going to be. Don't delay. Don't talk yourself out of it. Tap into it. Make it happen. Anything else? Anybody else want to say before we get out of here? I can keep talking because my soul gets stirring. The soul gets stirring.
Oh, we done covered all the bases.
Got you.
Thank you for having us.
No, anytime. You're more than welcome.
Thank you.
See you Friday.
See you Friday.
Looks like you're back, Frank.
Friday,
Frank,
yeah,
can you
there.
come and go live on a giveaway? We can make that happen. We can talk about make it happen. Again, home buyers program going down this Saturday, starting at 11 o'clock on Michigan Avenue. Address is
931.
931 Michigan Avenue. Get there. Food to be provided. Tap in. Tap in. Tap in. I'm sorry. It's like rocking out. Support the Red Door, because they'll also on this Friday have a giveaway. Come get you a turkey. Get you some food. Come have fun, and then go to the class on Saturday. You got a full weekend planned for you of good vibes, good energy. Again, Tahisha, thank you for reaching out to us and being a part of the podcast on this morning. Regina, I don't know what is Regina.
It's Renee.
It's Renee.
You can always call me Regina.
Just making up.
As long as they buy a house and
Yes.
improve their lives and their families' lives, they can call me Regina. Anybody.
Renee, Regina, and Taya. I got you, Taya. I got it. Taya is rocking out with us. Thank you guys for coming this morning. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the information that you gave. I look forward to future conversation with y'all, even with Hanley Holdings or Frank Hanley buying a house. Whoever has the better, you know what I'm talking about. It's going down, y'all. It's Big Frank. I holla at y'all. Tap into the class. It's going down Saturday. You don't want to miss it. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. TT from Dubai. I love you. Greetings. Good morning.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.